Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to join our Mindfulness Relaxation Group takeaways today. Today's group is called Mindfulness and Relaxation for Everyday Life. We explored two simple yet effective mindfulness and relaxation techniques. They were instrumental music and the 10 count method. You see, mindfulness is the practice of paying attention and noticing the present moment with openness and without judgment. It means intentionally noticing what's happening right now instead of focusing on the past or even worrying about the future. When we practice mindfulness consistently and regularly, we can improve our focus, reduce stress, manage difficult emotions more effectively, and even develop a greater sense of calm and peace throughout the day. The two techniques we discussed are easy to learn, require little preparation, and can be used almost anywhere. As we go through each technique, I encourage you to think about how these practices might fit into your daily routine. Let's get started. Today, we're focusing on two mindfulness tools, instrumental music and the 10 count method. The first technique, instrumental music, uses sounds and melodies without lyrics to help calm the mind and improve focus. Without words competing for our attention, we can more easily connect with the present moment and also notice our thoughts, our breathing, and physical bodily sensations. The second technique is the 10 count method. This practice combines slow breathing with counting from 10 down to 1. Counting backwards provides a simple point of focus that helps redirect our attention when our minds begin to wander. Many people think mindfulness requires clearing the mind completely. In reality, mindfulness is not about forcing thoughts to disappear. Instead, it's really about noticing and becoming aware when our attention has drifted and gently bringing it back to the present moment. Both techniques support mindfulness by helping us slow down and become more aware of what's happening right now rather than dwelling on our past or worrying about our future. As we think about living a more intentional and relaxed lifestyle, there are three things I want you to think about. Create a brief, Number one, create a brief daily pause to reset your attention. Even 1 or 2 minutes of mindfulness can help interrupt stress and bring us back to the present moment. Two, use simple practices consistently instead of waiting until stress becomes overwhelming. Small habits practiced regularly and consistently are often more effective than occasional long relaxation sessions. And three, focus on the present moment rather than trying to do multiple things at once. I know many people like to multitask. However, when we slow down and give our full attention to one task at a time, we often experience less stress and greater satisfaction. Which of these two techniques sounds most appealing or useful to you right now? Now let's talk about instrumental music. Many people use instrumental music while studying, working, meditating, journaling, or simply unwinding after a very stressful day. The goal here is not to critique the music or decide whether you like it or not. Instead, the goal is to practice paying attention to the sounds and observing your experience in the present moment. How to practice this? First, choose calming instrumental music with a steady and comfortable tempo. Not too fast, but also not too slow. Find out what works for you. Next, sit comfortably and allow yourself to focus on the sounds you hear. You may notice different instruments, changes in rhythm, changes in volume, how the music affects your breathing, physical sensations throughout your body. You may notice that your mind begins to wander to other thoughts. No worries, that's completely normal. When that happens, simply acknowledge the distraction without judgment and gently bring back and redirect your attention back to the music. There's no such thing as failing at mindfulness. Every time you return your attention, you are actively practicing mindfulness. You may also notice that you're feeling calmer, noticing your physical relaxation, becoming aware of racing thoughts, feeling distracted, or experiencing pleasant memories. All your observations are valid. Some takeaways here. Music can serve as an anchor for attention. The sounds provide something concrete for us to focus on when the mind begins to wander. It also, even with a few minutes of mindful listening, can reduce tension and mental overload. Brief mindfulness breaks can have a meaningful and helpful impact on stress levels. And lastly, consistent practice strengthens mindfulness habits over time. The more we practice gently redirecting attention, the easier it becomes in everyday situations and applications. Our second technique is the 10 count method. This is a simple mindfulness exercise that combines breathing and counting backward. The purpose is not to stop thoughts from occurring, but rather to create a gentle mental focus that supports both relaxation and concentration. The countdown from 10 to 1 gives the mind a task to focus on while encouraging slower and more intentional breathing. This technique can be especially helpful during stressful moments, or before sleep, or before important appointments, or at any time you need a quick mental reset. How do you practice it? You take a slow breath in and out while counting 10. Continue breathing slowly, counting 9, then 8, and continue downward. Continue until you reach 1. If your attention wanders, gently return your focus and start again at 10. Remember, restarting is not a failure. Restarting is part of the practice. A couple takeaways. Counting backwards creates a simple focus point. It helps redirect attention away from stressful thoughts and back to the present moment. It also slows breathing, which supports relaxation and emotional regulation. Breathing slowly can help quiet the body's stress response. And third, restarting the count builds patience and self compassion. Mindfulness teaches us to respond to distractions with kindness instead of criticism. Our takeaway today we explored two practical mindfulness tools, instrumental music and the 10 count method. Both techniques helps us to slow down, focus our attention, and reconnect with the present moment. Instrumental music provides an external focus through calming sounds, while the 10 count method provides an internal focus through slow breathing and counting backwards from 10 to 1. The most important lesson from today's group is that mindfulness does not require special training, expensive equipment, or large amounts of time. Small, intentional, consistent practices can make a meaningful difference in how we manage stress and respond and show up in everyday life and challenges. As you leave today, I encourage you to choose one of these techniques and practice it for a few minutes each day this week. I would also like to invite you to join our monthly group and join our community.